diseases, right? So we have our lysosomal storage diseases.
Mm-hmm.
All right. Now, these diseases are enzyme deficiencies, right?
Yes.
Okay. Enzymes are deficient. Whenever we have a deficient enzyme, what inheritance pattern normally is associated, most commonly is associated when we have an enzyme deficiency?
They are associated with autosomal recessive.
Exactly, autosomal recessive. Classically, that's the 90% of all enzyme deficiencies, not just only lysosomal storage diseases, right?
Yeah. Mm-hmm,
That
mm-hmm.
being said, that's why I don't necessarily want you to aim to memorize all autosomal recessive diseases. How about we just remember the exceptions, such
Mm-hmm.
as the X-linked recessive disease,
Recessive.
right? Yeah, X-linked recessive. So I believe somewhere in the first aid, there's a nice little mnemonic for the X-linked recessive diseases. I highly recommend you look into it and specifically learn those, okay?
Okay.
Now, with that being said, when it comes to lysosomal storage diseases, I like to start off with the ones that are X-linked recessive. So, which ones are X-linked recessive? Name me one.
Fabrys
Very
disease
nice. Fabrys. Okay, good. Fabrys. Can you name me another one?
and
Very
hunters.
nice. Hunters. Okay. So let's talk a little bit about those. All right, what do you know about Fabrys? Any buzzwords that come to mind? Anything?
They have those little red spot in the skin.
That's right.
Angiokeratomas
That's right. Angiokeratomas. Very nice. Anything else?
and pain.
Well, of
Doing
course.
pain.
Stomach pain,
Neuropathy. Neuropathies.
neuropathies. Okay, so some CNS effects. Sure. Anything else?
Mm,
Hmm.
nothing came to mind.
Renal failure.
Okay.
See. Anything else on histology? Anything unique about Fabry's?
Mm, no.
You
They have
sure?
those bodies. Something. No.
Mm. All right. So they have these onion skinning lysosomes, if I'm not
Onions.
mistaken. Yeah, if I'm not mistaken. All right. Anything else though?
No, that's all I have for Fabrys.
Okay, very nice. What about the enzyme that's deficient?
It's the A one.
That's right,
Alpha
alpha
alpha galactosidase A.
glucoside.
Glucosidase.
Exactly, A. Right. And what accumulates?
Three head cells. Something.
Yes, ceramide, trihexose. Notice how I put emphasis on the hex. There's a reason I did that, and that's because we tend to we'll see this pop up again. This hex guy. Okay. All
Okay.
right. Very nice. So that's Fabry's. What about hunters? What can you tell me about hunters?
Hunters.
Mhm.
They are aggressive.
Okay. So yeah,
That
very
I
aggressive.
know.
We go. Yeah, if you're a hunter, you got to be aggressive, right?
Yes, exactly. That's how I remember.
Yeah.
And there's no the corneal clouding. They don't
That's
have
right.
that
That's right. No corneal clouding. Well, of course, you don't want to have corneal clouding
because
if
you're a
you're a hunter.
hunter.
Yeah. Okay. All right. All right. And what enzyme is deficient? Remember that?
Uh, idurono,
Yeah.
iduronate.
That's right. How do you say I am? Yeah. How do you say I am? I am hard in Spanish. That's right. Say
Estoy
it.
duro. I am duro.
Yeah. I am doodle. Right. So I doodle. I do
Oh
run
yeah,
a days. I do run a date. I do run a date. Right. I do run a date.
yeah.
Very nice. Right. So I do. You're like, that's interesting. That's a
Mm.
interesting name, right? Okay. Sure. Why not? So
Yeah.
we have this Hunter's X-linked recessive, right? I doodle, corneal clouding, or I'm sorry, no clutter, corneal clouding, and aggressive. Now we are done with our we are done with our X-linked recessives. And
Hmm.
now, how do we remember all the other autosomal recessives? So this is a way that I like to remember them. A little linear linear way of remembering. So hunters is very similar. Oops, to which other one?
Hurler.
Hurlers, right? Very similar in name, in deficiencies,
Mm-hmm.
right? Okay, what's the issue with hurlers?
And hairless, you have the corneal clouding.
That's right, corneal clouding.
They have the weird face, gargoyle face.
Yeah, like coarse facial features or gargoyle
Yeah.
face.
They
Uh-huh.
also present with hepatosplenomegaly
Sure, sure.
and mental retardation.
Okay, that's right. Anything else unique? What enzyme is deficient?
The L-iduronidase.
So first of all, we have hunters who's duro, and then how do you say he's duro in Spanish? He's hard.
L es duro.
Él es duro, right? Él I duro. See? So we have L I do ro days.
Yes.
So hunters duro and hurlers duro, they're both hard. You say, oh well, that's how I remember those. They're very similar. It's just one can't see
Mm-hmm.
very well, and the other one's very angry. All
Yeah,
right, very
I like
nice.
it. I
All
like
right,
it. I like
ooh,
it.
learning Spanish too. Yes, we do everything. Okay, so Hurley's. Now, there is a another disease that's very similar to Hurler's in that it has coarse facial features. And that one, they don't mention that too often. But Gaucher's.
Gauchers.
hmm Gaucher's also is associated with coarse facial features. But what else though?
Gauchers have the B&B, how I call it,
That's
a
right.
bone pain and blood
That's
problem.
right. That's right. Blood and bone. Blood and bone. Blood and bone effects. So they got like that what do they have? Avascular necrosis.
Hmm.
What's that? The
Bone crisis,
bone
osteoporosis,
crisis, aplastic anemia or something like that, right?
hmm
Yeah. So blood
pancytopenia.
and bone. Yeah, pancytopenia. There it is. Right. They have a very unique, very uniquely shaped leg. Erlenmeyer flask. I don't know how to spell Erlenmeyer, so don't even ask
Hmm.
me. But E flask, right? E flask legs, very unique appearing
Hmm.
to their legs, right? Anything else associated with this guy?
Um, the Gaucher cells,
Okay, what do they look like?
they shrinkle paper.
Yeah, like wrinkled macrophages, right? They call it
Yeah. Yeah.
wrinkled paper, right? Macrophages.
Hmm.
Okay, very nice. And what is the enzyme that is deficient in this one?
That one says G4G, that's glucocerebrosidase.
Right, it's now look at this. It's glucocerebrosidase. And what do you think is going to accumulate?
Glucocerebro.
Glucocerebrosidase. Oh, wow. Could it be that difficult?
No.
No, it can't be that difficult. All right, cool. So glucocerebrosidase, right, is
Hmm.
deficient. Glucocerebroside will accumulate. That
Accumulate.
being said, the reason why I put emphasis, I said ojo, right? Emphasis, ojo in Spanish. We used to do this. Ojo, pay attention, right? So
Hmm.
ojo on glucocerebrosidase because there's another enzyme that's very similar to that one that's deficient. It's just galacto
Hmm.
cerebrosidase. And that is seen in which disease?
That is in on Cabre.
Crabbies. Right, Krabby Patties. Exactly, Crabbies. Crabbies. Now, they don't necessarily ask too much about Crabbies, right? He's not exceptionally high yield, but it is interesting. You know, he's an interesting one to know.
Hmm.
What can you tell me about Crabbies aside from galactocerebrosidase and therefore galactocerebroside accumulating?
Um, they have um, mental retardation,
Sure.
something in the eye
Let
with
me
the
tell you
optic
something. Let
nerve.
me tell you something. The majority of these guys are all going to have mental retardation because
Okay,
this is a sphingomyelin deficiency. Lysosomal storage disease is associated with sphingomyelin, things of that nature. So we're talking about CNS. That's
thing.
why they have a lot of mental retardation.
Gotcha.
Okay, so Crabbies, they have some eye issues. Sure. What are you saying about the eyes?
Something in the optic nerve, optic atrophy.
Okay, so they have Optic nerve, sure, atrophy. And they have very unique cells. Very, very unique cells. Something I've never seen before. Anything come to mind?
No, doctor.
So we have they call them globoid cells.
Oh,
Globoid.
globoid
It
cells.
looks like the globe. So let's kind of draw, I guess, North America here. We got Mexico, Central, South. Here we go, something like so. Okay, bam. That's what I'm talking about.
Like a
Perfect.
unicorn.
Look at that. It's no unicorn. That's United States of America, Central America, and South America. Beautiful. So, bam, Picasso wishes. There we go. So globoid cells is what they'll call them.
Okay. Oh, and that's why they call it globoid.
Yeah, because it looks
Because
like a globe. Wow. Really? Yeah. Very simple. All right. Let's continue. So that's these guys, right? That's how I connect these guys.
mm-hmm.
Then they throw out something known as our cherry red macula.
Mm-hmm.
In there we have two diseases.
Yes.
Tay-Sachs.
And NiemannPick.
Exactly. Tay-Sachs and Mr. NiemannPick. Okay. So they both have cherry red macula.
Mm-hmm.
It's just that NiemannPick has the hepatosplenomegaly,
Yes.
right? And what's the enzyme that's deficient in NiemannPick?
Sphingomyelin
Yes, was it sphingomyelin, right? Something like that.
names.
Sphingomyelinase is deficient and therefore causing an increase in sphingomyelin.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, very nice. Okay. Anything else unique about NiemannPick?
They present with neurodegeneration. They
Sure.
regress in growth
Well, sure. Anything else?
and the form cells.
And foamy cells. Very nice. Very nice. Foam cells. Excellent, excellent, excellent. All right, with Tay-Sachs, on the other hand, Tay-Sachs, he
Uh,
lacks. See that Tay-Sachs, that X sound to the
uh,
sax.
yes,
Lacks has that X sound. He lacks hepatosplenomegaly.
yes.
And he lacks X,
Okay.
lacks, right? Here we go again. Here's that hex. Told you it was going to show up again. Hexaminidase.
Eh,
Exactly. And therefore, who accumulates if hexaminidase A is deficient?
That's the GM2
Yeah.
GM2
GM2 ganglioside.
ganglioside.
Yeah, GM2 ganglioside, right? Because in order to be part of a gang, you
You
need
need
at least, right, two people. Yeah, it can't be one person gang. That's kind of weird, right? So you got to be
yeah,
at least two people. And I look at these two names. I say, well, Mr. NiemannPick sounds like the name of one man, but Tay and Sachs sounds like the last name of two guys.
these two guys.
So I
Yes,
think they were in part of a gang, whereas Mr. NiemannPick he's a solo man.
yeah.
See?
Also, how I remember the enzyme in NiemannPick is
Mm.
because when you pick your nose with your finger,
Oh, yeah, that's right. First
it-
aid had like a mnemonic, something like that. No man picks his nose with his finger.
yeah, something like that. Yeah,
Well, sometimes you got to get something out. Sometimes things stuck up in there. Got to do what you got to do.
yeah.
All right, great. And then we have the one weird outlier, which is known as metachromatic
Leukodystrophy.
leukodystrophy. Oops, I spelled that wrong. There we go, leukodystrophy. So in this one, this is a very, very similar presentation to multiple sclerosis,
Okay.
right? That type of neuropathy, right? So it's
Mm-hmm.
very similar to multiple sclerosis, only that this is in children.
And children.
Yeah, so this would be more like MS, right, in young kids, in children. It's just this unique neuropathy that's just
Mm-hmm.
similar to it. That's how I like to think about it. I was taught that way. So now, what that aside, what enzyme is deficient in this disease?
They say aryl sulfatase
That's right,
A.
aerosulfatase A. Yeah, excellent. There it is, Doc. Lysosomal storage diseases.
Awesome. Beautiful explanation.
Okay.